Okay, so in my last video, at the end, I put two things that I wanted to cover today. Those were, how did I get to this point at 255 pounds, 26 years old? And then the second was just to show on film where I'm at now, just my physique, my baseline, just the starting point, being the fattest I've ever been. What does that look like? So that way I can use that to track my progress and as motivation for not only myself, but hopefully for others as well. So the first thing was, how did I get to this point? I think the main thing was just having all these visions and dreams that could be accomplished in the future, but then not having goals of how to even start today. So I'd see, people or picture or whatever, and then be like, oh, it'd be awesome to look like that or to feel like that or to be able to run that half marathon or whatever it is. But then forgetting about it because I really didn't want it bad enough. And so today it didn't seem relevant to start, or it seemed too hard. And so I'm just tired of that because as easy it is to sit on the couch and eat what you want and not really think about anything and not work and not exercise. Like, that's really the easiest thing in the world, to do nothing. But I think it's equally as hard to look yourself in the mirror the next day or the following week or the month later that you said you were going to start, and to realize you kind of just gave up, or you didn't believe it was possible. And I'm kind of tired of that, and it's something that now I want. I know it's a non-negotiable goal, because whatever I do in my life, whether I have this amazing career or I don't, or I go through good times or bad times, like, I want to be healthy. I want to be there for the people in my life that are going to come along my way and that are already there. So that's a huge thing for me, was just that I had these far-off dreams, but I never had goals. And it reminds me of a quote that I just heard the other day. I think it goes like, your system is perfectly designed for your outcome. And so I don't have an excuse anymore. I can't look at myself and just feel sorry that this is just something that's happened to me, or, nobody told me. Whatever the case is, like, this is something I've done to myself. I've designed my system, and this is my outcome. So if I want to be healthy and shaped, muscular, then my system, my lifestyle has to match that, and it's not going to happen by magic. It's not just going to be something that I get dealt a good hand and all of a sudden, like, I'm just walking out of a magazine ripped. Like, it's just not going to happen. And so I know that now. That seems pretty simple, but that was kind of big for me. I think another thing was just seeing things in their proper context. So rather than seeing, food or laziness as a reward, I have to see that as something that food obviously has to be for fuel. It's not something that should just comfort me, because at the end of the day, if I'm using those things inappropriately, I'm only going to get more out of shape, which then defeats the purpose of why I consume them in the first place. So that's the first thing. And then secondly, for you guys, because I know you really want to see it, just because maybe you're trying to throw up a little bit, but I'm going to go ahead and take my shirt off just to show where I'm at as a baseline. Again, just to kind of track my progress. So let's get this done and over with. So here we go. So obviously, as you can see, got a pretty large gut, and I love lifting, but I don't feel like any muscle that I've built even shows remotely. So here's the front biceps. Here we go, and then I'll go from the side, and then obviously the back. So I got these beautiful love handles, which I don't know why you call them love handles, because I don't think anybody loves them. So that's where I'm at. I hope to be able to progress soon and show some updates and show some weight that has been dropped significantly over the coming months. Again, my goal is about 185. We'll see how that lands, because I'd like to build a significant amount of muscle along that period as well. So we'll see where I end up, but this is the beginning, and I'm excited about it. Thanks, guys.